a lot of kids, and everybody want to be a D lineman now. Everybody think they're a D lineman because they can do that little pretty dance after the tackle. My first question is, what makes a kid an O lineman versus a D lineman, or a D lineman versus an O lineman, I should say, and then what do you look for in D lineman?
Well, first I'm gonna say body builds, coach. That's one thing first. Body builds, body structure. What I mean by that, just like we just mentioned about my offense lineman being 6'3" and up. My defense line, we can go a little shorter. We can go at 6'1", but with those 6'1" interior guys, those 1-3 techniques, those nose guards, we want thick hip guys, right? Because the saying is, you thick in the hips, you can move big butt guys, right? Big butt. Back in the day, coach, big butt guys just play offense line. Now we want the big butt guys to play defense line because they so low centered to the ground. It's hard to dig them big butts up out of there, right, coach? And then, like I say, one thing about, like I say, athleticism and first step. A lot of these guys, like I say, you got a lot of offense linemen that can play defense line. But are they elite defense linemen? No. What makes you an elite defense lineman, coach? Your first step. Number one thing is first step and your get off the football, correct? And like I just told you, them low center gravity guys, them guys with them big butts, they just naturally got good get offs, right? Because the way they can be so centered and they coming off the ball. So like I said, the number one thing is get off with those guys. If you got a kid that got a great get off, that's a defense lineman. That's the difference between the offense line and defense lineman, just to get off on the football. And that's the main thing. And so, like I said, when you talk about your interior guys, my 1-3, my nose guards, I start them guys off at 6 foot. I can show you several 6 foot guys, but coach, you gotta look at it. But they got big butts and they got amazing get off. The ones that's successful, like your Grady Jarrett's, your Aaron Donaldson, those guys are about 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot on a good day. But they got them wide butts. They got great get off. And they use their hand. They very, very wet, coach, violent, and that's what we look for. And so when you talk about your defensive ends, today's game, most of your defensive ends, like you say, is most linebackers walk down is very long. Like we say about my tackle, we want them basketball players. And so that's who's playing your defensive end these days, your basketball players, coach, your wing man, right? Your guys that are long, that can put their hands in the air and knock a ball down. Like I said, so with those guys, we look for length. That's the number one thing. Are you long, right? Because like I said, I done had 6'2" defensive ends that's super long. Are you long? Are you explosive? And like we just mentioned, can you put your hands on that offense line before you put his hands on you? Are you a speed? Are you an edge guy? Can you control it? Are you strong enough to control the edge? Correct, coach? So that's the difference between those guys. Like I said, my end guys gonna be long, athletic guys. My interior guys gonna be low center gravity guys, big butts that's filled with guys that just want to get down and dirty with good. This mean guys.